Hello. So, I know it's been a while, um, but I'm back. I was very passionate about the Juggernaut tier lists, and I wanted to make an infection tier list. So I've added the new killers, Yeti and AO. Um, and I'm here on my second recording because for some reason I keep accidentally hitting the mic mute button. It's insane to me. So I'm back. So here's the rundown of the tier list. So I'm not including sub towers. I'm not including the lawnmowers from Freddy. I'm not including Ao's Kawadi or whatever it's called. I obviously have Aberration and non-infectors and Kraken, Rick. Who else? Who else? There's two more. I know there's two more. We did this last time. I did do this last time. I think before I started. Jane and Giant Zombie. Yeah. So those obviously aren't infectors. And to be honest with you, the infection mode isn't very good. It's pretty horrible actually. It's unbalanced, just like Killer and Juggernaut, and killers always win. And there's always 5 killers at the start of each game. It's so bad. It's so bad. So I'm gonna go back to Juggernaut after this. This will probably be my only video on infection. But I wanted to make an infection video because, I thought it deserved some love. So we're going to start, obviously, in S tier. Alien, Captain Zombie. Alien can take your gun away. I mean, that's free for pap spammers in, camping ammo crate spawns. Captain Zombie can spawn zombies. He can find the location of any remaining survivors. With that, I'm going to put Rake in S tier. He's basically when he jumps at you, he's blinding, and it's so annoying. And although he doesn't do a lot of damage, he can do a lot of damage. He's very single target, and that's why I think he's way better for this than Juggernaut. So, obviously, those 3 in S tier. Tails, another one in S tier. His jump scare is crazy. He's really annoying. He's horribly annoying. Oh, yeah, I should probably mention at the moment that those are, along with sub-towers and those, I'm not adding Halloween towers or anything. It's just the main ones. So I should make that clear in the start. But, Tails, obviously his jump scare, he doesn't do a ton of damage, but with his ability, he's very hard to hit. Rake's also pretty hard to hit, so that's why I'm putting them there. Especially with infection. They have a ton of health. Ridiculous amount. And on the bad side, Pinhead is F. Unusable. Oh yeah, I should probably mention that in these tiers, I'm ranking them by the best. So I personally think Alien's the best for this mode. And then Captain Z's second. But I have to rank, Pinhead's horrible. She's going, because on mobile she's unusable. It's because of her ability. Her trigger is so bad. It's so horrible. She's basically unusable. And I mean, obviously, Michael is so useless. Jeff is so useless. I think I'd even go as far to say as Pennywise is in D tier. See how useless these 3 are? Yet he's also an F. His stun is so bad. His stun is horrible. I really like the design, it's the Ice Crown, but he's horrible. Along with the new killers, AO's great. Without the Kawadi would be in F tier. Throw the Kawadi in a vent, and then go to sewers, pick up people, throw them in the fans. He's fantastic. The only issue is, if you're not in an insta-kill zone, because it's infection, not Juggernaut, if you're not in an insta-kill zone, I mean, he's useless. But he's fantastic in Juggernaut. He's very good in infection. See, you can just grab people and throw them. That keeps them on the ground for a couple seconds. It's way better than the Yeti stun. He's great. There's not really too many downsides. And Chucky's great too. Chucky basically flabbergasts me when I'm hit with them. So I play this game first person like most other games, and he just jumps on me. And he does so much damage. Like, when he jumps on me, I feel like I have less control of my character. It takes him forever to jump off. And nobody shoots him off either. I don't shoot him off. I'm one of those people. Raising my hand here. You know. Freddy. Another one in F tier. His ability can be very good, but you have to have very good aim with him. Like, his ball, you have to have incredible aim with his ball. But, like, it's very easy to die if you do hit somebody. So, like, in a crowd. But you're not going to get crowds in Infection. Everyone just resets at the beginning of each... at the beginning of each round. Everyone just resets. But, Jason's very good. Unlike Freddy. Jason, if you have good aim. On PC, Jason is incredible because you just click. And I believe it's insta-kill if it hits you twice. So, that's so good for spammers, like pap spammers, campers, all that. Because, like, you just throw the knife. You peek in, throw the knife, and it comes back to you. You don't need to do anything. Same thing with, well, actually, I'd put him above Pennywise. Because Pennywise does the same thing, except his knife is much smaller and does much less damage, and he's just not that good, you know? It's Pennywise. What did you expect? I've seen people use every killer so far in Infection. I don't like Infection, so I have played a ton of Infection. I've seen every killer get used except for Zombie. So I'm just putting him in the middle. He's going B. I've never seen Zombie used in Infection. I can see how he would be good, especially if people were hiding indoors. You could just surprise them. But then again, they ruined him after he got updated in Juggernaut. They ruined him. He's bad. He's just not good. Torrance, on the other hand, would be a high B because of his mobility. Mobility is so important for this. And Juggernaut can, like... Juggernaut, I believe, is one of the best mobility people right after Rake. Johnny is so good. Jack. Jack is so... Bleh. It's Jack Torrance. Jack Torrance is so good. Like, you just lunge at people. If you lunge behind them, it takes them a solid quarter of a second to turn around. At least, minimum. So he's going to kill you. Well, and he does damage, too. His axe does a ton of damage. I think that's a buff of Eyeless Jack, too. I'm going to put him in A. Eyeless Jack does so much damage. If you can get... His stun also lasts very long, and his ability is very good. His ability is amazing for mobility. I can't talk. He's very good. And it's simple as that. And his ability can be used. It doesn't have to be used up person. It can just be used at any time. And he's very good. I mean, he does damage. He's not as much as Alien, but he does damage. Someone who does no damage, however, is Sonic. And you might think I'm going to put him in F. So I always put him in F. It's Sonic. I mean, he's the worst killer, right? Kind of. Wrong. I mean, I'm putting him in D. I think he's better than these 5 killers. Personally. He can be very good in certain situations. Very enclosed rooms, pap spammers, run right on in. He can't do anything after that. I mean, he's horrible damage, but if you do run in one of those rooms, then the pap spammer might focus on you instead, allowing other killers to get in. So it's a gateway killer. It's a support killer. And I like that. But on the same token, he's horrible. Like, you can't get any kills with him. You're not doing anything with him. He's horrible. He's a rectum. He's literally my feces hole. He's so bad. You know who's not bad? Slenderman, if you can use him. If you can't use him, he's horrible. Like, back when he was horrible on mobile, like, broken, I did not think this way. I thought he was, like, bottom of the bottom. He was never going to get better. But he did. He got better. He's an insta-kill. And unlike in Juggernaut, in Infection, he's actually useful. You can teleport into rooms. You can, well, not if the door is open, but you can teleport to people. And it doesn't matter if you don't get the insta-kill. You don't take a ton of damage because it's not Juggernaut. It's Infection. So you just die, and then you spawn as him again. And you teleport behind someone again. And eventually you're going to kill that person. At one point you are. And he's just goated. He is. He's like, even though he's not invincible and he's gonna die a ton of times, you're still gonna get kills with him because he teleports. I mean, that's just it. He teleports. And then the other 7 that I have left, I don't really want to talk about. I'm going to, but I don't want to because they all suck. So let's start with one that doesn't. Leatherface is great. He's really great. He is. But his ability does not help him. Like, obviously, he's just as good as he used to be. But he's better in Juggernaut because he's not slow. In here, he's slow. This is like his 4th face change. But he still hasn't gotten a speed difference. He's slow as hell. He's not going to do anything. You have a projectile weapon. As long as you get enough damage on him and kill him, he's not going to come after you. He's slow. He's horrible. Like, Jack has better mobility, but Jack players are worse. Like, Jack players in Juggernaut, they're great. Jack players in Infection are horrible. And Leatherface is just not as useful for Infection. Like, he's just not. Look at him. Look at that little guy. Look at him. Nah. Yeah, that's all I have to say about him. Fish face. Great question. D. He's fish face. Do you ever see someone using fish face? Do you use fish face? If you do, you're strange. What are you gonna do with that projectile? Why is that projectile? Glazers of the fish face confuse me. So, you know, I'm gonna move him down. I hate fish face glazers. I know like 2 of them. Like, dude, you still die every time as a killer. Use alien or something. Maybe you'd be better. Like, same thing with robot users. I see a couple of these. I've seen robots in Infection. Robot I can see being helpful in Infection, but he doesn't do much damage. Like, I'd even give him... I was gonna give him D. Last time I recorded this, I gave him D, but I'm putting him in F. He doesn't do damage. He can do damage. If you're a good player, you could probably win with Robot. I believe one of Ruslin's most famous was with Robot. One of his most famous wins. But that's Juggernaut. Robot's horrible. Like, in Infection and regular, he's horrible. He's got no speed. Like, obviously he's a projectile, but he's got no speed. He's not going to catch up to you. It's just like Leatherface. Like, what is he going to do? He's not going to come after you. Like, you can't close doors on zombies. Zombie can just go through the doors. But with these two, you really have to be picky. Like, because they don't do, like, they're so slow. Same thing with Granny. Granny's slow. I mean, I guess I could put her in V. I might even move her down to D. Well, no, I could see. Yeah, I'd put her down to D. Because I could see where she could be useful, but no one ever stays near the traps. She's a way better Juggernaut. In Infection, like, everyone's just going to die anyway. So the rarity that someone gets caught in your trap and then you take advantage of that is high. It's very high. It's very rare that happens. She does not do enough damage to where if you get caught in a trap and she comes after you, well, great, but you have energy drink. Like, energy drink is Monster Energy, no longer Monster Energy. The drink formerly known as Monster Energy. Like, it doesn't work. It doesn't do anything. Her ability, I don't mean monster. The monster's actually crazy. It does so much help. Which is why she's useless. Wow, you can drink from your can. And you can basically reload it in any game mode. I don't know if you can in Infection. I haven't looked. But if you can, then why ever use her? I'd put her in F if you can. But I don't know if you can, and I don't feel like checking. Wendigo sucks. I might put him down here. No, he's not F. I put him in high D. Wendigo's very, very useless. He's better in Infection, I think, than Juggernaut at this point in time. But the seconds he takes up after he uses his charge ability, like if he hits a wall with his charge ability, the second or two it takes to get up, you can kill him in. So that makes him pretty horrible right there. And his damage isn't great. His arms are stubby, and his damage is not good. Like, Scream has great damage. Not the best, not alien level, but he's good, I'd say. I'd put him in high, well, no, I'd put him in low B. Because he's average, I'd say. I'd say he's pretty good. He does damage. You could throw your knife. You have to go and retrieve it, but it does damage if you hit. And I think he's better with Infection. I do. You could take weapons. That's really all there is to it. You could take weapons. The only issue, again, is that he's slow. He's really slow. Torrance is great for mobility. But, like, I feel like if a lot of these killers got ability buffs, they would be way better. Or speed buffs. Sorry. Jeff got a speed buff. He'd still be the worst killer. But, I mean, he'd be... well, no. No. Michael, no. He'd still be the worst killer. Jeff is so bad. Smile Dog. Smile Dog... I miss Hellhounds. I miss old Hellhounds. But, Smile Dog's fine. He's good. I like him. Does he do damage? No. Is he horrible in Juggernaut? Yeah. But I mean, he's okay at Infection. I can't complain. I'd put him at high D. Maybe. He's not great. I wouldn't use him. I'd personally use one of these 12. 12? 4, 8, 12. Yeah, 12. Anyways. 12. Yeah. I'd use him. I'd use him if I couldn't use any of these others, but I can. So I'm going to. Like, I'm not using any of these killers. We're not using this. If you use these and have the killer choice pass, like, what are you doing? Trolling? Probably. Or you're trying to get better with Jason, which I can understand. That's respectable. If you're good at Jason, like, props. I've seen near wins with Jason, and that is incredible. From me to you, from IBT to you, I'm proud of you. But yeah, these are goated. Use these. So that's about it. Hope you enjoyed the list. Bye.